We'll now continue our look at some of the other dimension tools on the dimension panel. We're going to look at break, which is the very first one on this row. What that's meant to do is take a situation like this where we have an extension line running through an actual dimension. If we don't want to move that dimension, if we don't want to just click on it and move that dimension out to the left or the right, away from that, what we can do is use this break tool. When we select it, it's going to ask us to select the dimension to add or remove break. What it's wanting to know is which dimension do you want to actually create the break in. So obviously this is going to be 1 and this is going to be 1 because they share an extension line coming through this number down to this endpoint right here. And so if I choose this one, this is the one I want to select dimension to add the break to. It's going to then automatically go over to the next step, which is select object to break dimension. In other words, which object do I want to create this break around? What am I trying to break around? So I'm trying to break around this number. Okay, so if I select that as my object to break, it's going to look like nothing happened. But what happened was it actually created a break through the extension line of this dimension. Now, why is it not showing? Because this dimension also has an extension line going all the way down to this endpoint. So I'd have to repeat the process. So break command, I want to create a break in this dimension because it has an extension line coming down. And I want to use this, I want to select this as the object to actually create the break. And so as soon as I select this one, now I'm able to see my breaks in those extension lines. And so now anywhere I move these two dimensions, it's going to have a break either around the actual dim line itself, or if I'm over the text, it'll go all the way over the text. Now if I move it to another dimension, say this is 0.41 down here, you can see now there's no break. Why? Because this particular dimension, 0.41, was not chosen as the object I wanted to break around. And so it doesn't know that it should be associated. And so as long as it's around this dimension, it's going to have a break in these extension lines no matter where it is along that dimension. I can move them separately, together, however I want to do. If I move this one down here, and I move to this one for whatever reason down here, you can see they both have breaks as long as it's around that dimension. But if I move it off of that one onto another one, the break disappears because this is the associated dimension with that break. So that can be pretty useful to avoid confusion as far as readability, legibility, those sort of things.